Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Waiting Room Podcast. I am your host, Britney Danielle. Before I get into this episode, there's a couple of things that I want to say specifically. I have a very, very, very special guest. When you think about like the roundaway girl, she is exactly that. She is super funny. She is just super down to earth. She's so loyal. She's so fly. Like, she is just incredible. You guys probably already know who she is, but I'm telling you guys that the testimony that she has is just so incredible. Everything that you guys see, all the amazing things, like she's really that. Okay, so I can't wait for you guys to get into this episode. So, yep, stay tuned and let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, we're here.
That was a great intro.
Listen, without further ado, chat, go ahead and give it up for our girl, Jalyka.
Clap it up.
Period. And y'all all the way in the back, too.
Britney Danielle.
Thank you. Jalyka, my girl.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm good. Honestly, it's a beautiful day.
It is.
I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah, I am too. The sun came back out. Look at that.
Yes, the sun.
Yeah.
The sun is in the room with us.
Yes. I'm so happy to have you here with me. Like, this is just divine timing and alignment. And I'm so excited to just share your story with the world, for you to share your story with the world. I mean, the world already sees like how hilarious you are and how amazing you are and how grounded you are. And like, you know, when people be like, you know, when people be in the comments, they be like, whatever is wrong with you, I love it.
Yeah, oh my, I cannot tell you how many times. When I be sitting around, I'm like, dang,
they be like, I love whatever.
I'm like, it's something wrong with me. I didn't even know what's something wrong with me. But
I love everything that's wrong with you.
I'm like, dang, bro. You know me.
I really do. Yeah. Like, I love everything about you. And I'm just, you're a fiancée now, baby girl. Can we just get a moment for the ring real quick?
Loving, like how everybody mentions it too.
Yes. No, because she's in the room. Like, let's be very clear. She's here.
Man, sometimes she's blinding. She's blinding,
yeah,
you know, like it's hard to drive because the sun just be ding,
just,
ding, right?
Yeah, gotta keep your shades on. Yeah,
yes, but no, I love how everybody like mentions it and acknowledges it and congratulates me on being a fiance.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely have like this problem of like minimizing like my accomplishments in life and like the big things that happen in life just from like how I was raised to like for greatness, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's really beautiful to know that everyone shares in the excitement.
Yeah, super excited for you. When we first met, you were not engaged yet. No, you were in a relationship with Joshua.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joshua.
Shout out to my man. We will be watching this back later. We already have a date set for whenever you.
Yes. No, sure. This will be out next week.
Sure. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you, babe.
Yes, like the way that the love shines. Like, I can't even imagine with y'all in like person how it is.
Oh my God.
But like it just like permeates.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And I love to see you being loved properly. I love to see the divine timing and the alignment. And I'm telling, if y'all haven't had a chance to check out how Josh and Jalyka met, please go to the videos. Go and check it out. Is it just on TikTok or is
it's just on TikTok right now? But I'm thinking we have to put that on Instagram, bro. We have to put that everywhere, honestly, y'all. Because like, yeah,
it's so good and it's so inspiring. So it's hilarious for one because like the thought of like him getting up mid prayer and seeing your notification, it like lives rent free in my
It's so funny. But
yeah.
You know what? Like, honestly, it's all God. Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, like, nothing. Oh man.
Yeah.
I was literally in the middle of a 3-month fast when we started talking, and
Wow.
he fasted for me. So it's like we started off intentional completely, and it's just like he knew what he wanted.
Yeah.
And like he came and got me, and you know, like it was one of those things where like I was the one that was like playing hard to get, but I wasn't playing hard to get on purpose. I was just like, you know, I've been hurt so many times. People say a lot of things. Oh, you're my wife. I want you to be my wife.
Right.
Like, and then I'm just like, okay. You know
right.
Even honestly, the night before, like I would tell Josh, like before he proposed, I was like, don't keep saying if you're not going to do it. If you're not going to do it.
Listen, don't talk about it. Be about it, okay?
I literally said the night before, I was like, it's okay. If you don't propose, somebody else will.
Meanwhile, he got the whole ring.
And he just
decked out.
Just letting me talk. I'm telling you, when he proposed, I was silent.
Yes.
Okay? And but he did so good. It's really hard to surprise me, and he really did that. He really surprised me. But honestly, like from the beginning, like it's been intentional. We always knew where we were going. We kept God in the middle of it. Like at all times, like the things that people don't see is like, especially in the beginning, which we're getting back to it now because, you know, like life happens and we're always praying for each other now. But we would always take each other's order every night. He would be like, okay, what's on the, what do you want? Kind of like, you know, when you drive up to McDonald's and,
oh, wow.
I would be like, okay, this is what I'm struggling with. This is what I need in my life. This is what's going on.
Jesus.
And like, he would write it down like in his notes, and then I would take his order, and then I would write it down in my notes, and then we would pray for each other right then before we went to sleep. Every night we would take each other's order.
That's beautiful.
Yes. And it's like, we're living in those answered prayers now. So, because
that
you know,
is incredible.
Sometimes it takes time, you know, for prayers to get answered.
Of course.
Especially when like it's two people who really deeply care for each other and like love each other. Like it really draws out that purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we just always had a foundation of prayer.
Yeah.
Like always had a foundation of prayer. One other thing I want to say too is that something a lot of people struggle with is communication and honesty in relationships.
Yeah.
And I remember really early on, like probably like a week or two into talking, I was just like, I told him everything that like I'd ever done or anything that anybody's ever done to me. Like, and like I laid it on the table because I'm like, I want you to make a decision, because I'm not gonna lie, you see how much he liked me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was falling in love fast.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was no stopping him. I'm like, hold on, but whoa.
Let me show you who I am for real though.
Yeah. Let me lay it out for you, so you're not just sitting here thinking I'm just this, you know, perfect. You know, I'm not. Like, I haven't lived a perfect life. Like, this is what it's been for me. This is what it's been for me, and like. But I've mainly been the one hurt, though. Mainly been the one hurt. And so, like, I, like, laid all of that out for him. And, like, at the end of it, I'm just like, okay, that's it. And he was like, all right, so we're going to pray for everybody that hurt you.
Pray for everybody that hurt you.
Every man. And he sat there and prayed for all of that.
Wow. That is incredible.
That is actually really incredible, because I was like, oh my gosh, like I never met a man like this before.
To be that intentional about making sure that we mend and we don't leave anything undone from your past, and to be able to pick up from where you are right now and to see you where you are now. So let's take a couple steps back, because like you talked about how you were fasting in the season where you guys actually collided.
Yeah.
Who was Jalyka then? Like, tell people who don't know really like full insight on like what you were maybe wanting to hide or what you were actually struggling with, whatever you feel comfortable with. But like, what was it that you were trying to like protect in that particular point in time, or maybe you didn't want to expose in that season? What was that like for you?
Okay. In that season, I was a Christian because I would say I was raised believing in God, but I wasn't like raised in the church like that because of like church hurt and things like that with my family. But I found God for myself and gave my life to Jesus in 2020, the beginning of 2020. January 2020, I was 19. Wait, am I tripping? I might have been.
Yeah, hold on.
No. I think I would think I was 19 January.
Yeah.
Or hold on.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
18 or 19.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
I'm still 25, so hey, listen, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, so we're the same age?
No, I'm like 32 in real life. But in my mind, when people ask me how old I am, I forget. Because, like, how old am I, really?
Yeah, no.
Time just keeps going.
Because
that's
a whole other thing.
It's okay.
Age is like a whole concept. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm 32. But I mean, honestly, first thing to come to mind is 25. I don't know why. I was so... Yeah. And they were like, oh, No, I was born in 93.
Yeah.
But somehow I always think...
I want to hear, like, what it was like being a 90s baby. I want to hear what that's like.
I feel like you give 90s baby.
Really?
As it is.
People say that.
You really do.
And like, they're only 01. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, like, that far off, but...
You're like a old soul, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we ain't old now, but like you get that.
No, yeah.
But I don't want you to lose track of.
Yeah, you're right.
Because we will drift back.
Okay. But yes, so basically, I gave my life to Christ like 18, 19 around that time. But then, and I was like deep in it. Okay. Yeah. Because like the thing about giving your life to Christ. Especially when, like, you're the type of person that I was, which I was like, oh, yeah, like, me and the devil gonna be dapping up and laughing, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be right side of the devil. I'm living in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't, like, actively, like, living in sin outside of my house because I wasn't allowed to leave my house. I would go very sheltered. Mm-hmm. But, like, the mindset, like, I didn't know Christ.
Right.
And so, I hit rock bottom. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what happens. Josh says when you hit rock bottom, you hit the rock at the bottom, and I definitely hit the rock at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
true. There was this guy that I liked, and he went to church a lot, and he led me to Christ. Because God knew that's how He would do it with me, right? Because a part of my personality is that me love man. Yes. I used to think I was bisexual at one point, but then no, I'm very straight, you know? Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's how God knew to do it for me.
Yeah.
Through a man.
Yes.
And so that man, I'm so sorry for, you know, for the Haitian men out there, but boy, some of y'all. And then he was a PK. Ooh. And the drummer. Oh. But he was Christ. But he was definitely like bringing me to church and, you know,
bring you to hell.
Yeah, like he had a girlfriend. I didn't know he had a girlfriend, and it's like, what are we doing? But anyway,
yeah.
So after him, he kind of like ruined it for me a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like he ruined it for me a little bit because I'm like, brother, how you love Christ so much, but then this what you doing, bro? Like,
yeah,
wilding.
Yeah.
And then I got into another relationship, and I kind of just like strayed away, like from where God was calling me to be. Mm-hmm. And it's not that he was like a bad man or anything like that. It was just like, we were just in sin. You know what I mean? And he was Catholic and it's just different from being Christian, you know, and the practices are different. The relationship with Christ is different.
Right.
And I was just like being led away. And I was in that relationship for like 2-3 years.
Wow.
Almost. And so like I reached a point where I was just very suicidal because I used to deal with suicidal thoughts when I was younger. But like now, like, because the thing about it is you really want to die when you feel like you're not on the right path. When you feel like you're not being led to the life you're supposed to be living, you want to die. Yeah. Because it's like, bro, like, why am I here? I don't know why I'm here. And so when I was about to turn 22, I was like, I'm leaving these suicidal thoughts behind, but also I felt really, really called to just break up with the man that I was with. And that was really hard because like our families loved each other, you know, like it's like we're like almost 3 years in.
Wow.
You know, you don't want to like throw like that time away, right? And we're really good friends too, you see what I'm saying? And I left those suicidal thoughts behind, but I also left the relationship. And just I'm not very good. Well, I wasn't back then like very good like with exes. Like it's like we're still kind of like messing with each other. We're still kind of like, and for me, I was just like, I'm not the type of person to go and date a whole bunch of people. So it's just like, well, if you want to take me out, then okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I was like dealing with that.
Yeah.
And just like honestly, I was trying to find myself and my own femininity, because I found myself being very masculine. Like just like trying to like take those roles of like the masculine parts of things, and like being like, oh yeah, like let's go like 50-50, and like, so I really like delved into my journey of becoming feminine again, and trying to figure out like what, well, not even again, like for the first time in my life, because you're raised, I'm so sorry, but you're raised by like an independent mom, and it's like that's what you see, like you see her always like trying to provide, and you always
figuring it out.
Exactly.
And you wanted to simplify that. So in that season where you completely rid yourself of the relationship to an extent, and then you just decide, you know what, these dark thoughts, this suicide and all these things, like something doesn't sit right, and I have to rid myself of this. Exactly. And also God was tugging at your heart, like, I may have used this man to lead you to me, but you need me to stay here, right? Yeah. So what was that like for you, realizing that God is just you and me alone?
In that season, I was very blessed because I didn't feel like it was God and me alone. Not in that season. Okay. I felt, because like I said, like because I'm almost there where I was like, I went on the fast. I had my friends, and so because we all went on that fast together. So this was like maybe like a year after like I broke up with my ex. And like that's why it's so important, the people that you keep around you, for them to also be grounded in Christ, because it's like, but also for them to be gracious, you know what I mean? Like they know the call in your life, but they're also not gonna drive you away from Christ by like judging you so harshly. Yeah. But just allowing you to figure it out because they know your heart. Exactly. Right. So it's like once I decided, okay, I'm gonna leave this relationship, I'm going to bring my relationship back with God. They were there to help and support me, and like we do things together, go to church together, and we pray together, we fast together, and I do mean pray together. Like prayer warriors. Like my friends are some prayer warriors, and I don't have that many friends. Yeah. But the ones that I do, like they gets down. Yeah, I love that. They gets down in the spirit. So they were praying for me, and that support really, really helped. In that season when I felt like I was in like this middle ground. You know what I mean? Then honestly too though, like before I got like deep back into like being with God, like in that middle season between just like finding myself, like I found myself like outside, like like at the club and like dancing and just having that fun, because and like drinking, you know what I mean, and just like just trying to have a good time, because I wasn't allowed that growing up, like I said, because I grew up sheltered, and then it's like I'm finding myself single for the first time, like with freedom. I'm like, whoa, like this is cool. But also at the same time, like guys weren't like trying to like hit on me like in person, which now I say that that's protection, because of he loves Josh so much. He was like, this one is yours. Like nobody's gonna want her.
I'm gonna protect you. I mean?
Exactly. So he was protecting me then. So it's not like I was like out here like wilding, you know what I'm saying? But
like, to speak to that, how did that, because I always talk about even seasons in my life personally where I felt like God had hidden me in plain sight. And so can you talk a little bit about that and what that feels like, especially when, like you said, you're always kind of, do you feel like you always wanted like a husband? You're like, I always want to be married, right? So with you knowing that and feeling that, and then feeling like, dang, like, nobody trying to get at me, or like, oh, like, what's up? And you're like, I know I'm a catch, but like, how did you navigate that to where you didn't allow the enemy to misconstrue the reality of protection versus denial or rejection?
So he definitely he definitely got in my head. I wasn't able to
differentiate.
Him, you know
yeah.
I wasn't able to stop him because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know until recently that it was protection.
Oh, right.
In the season, I was definitely like, what I look like to people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, I think that over time, like I said, doing that research on like being feminine and realizing that it's not my job to find my husband, it's his job to find me.
Come on.
Like, it wasn't even about being rejected me. Honestly, like, I was just like, you know what? My husband will find me when he finds me. At this point, I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I wasn't even, like, looking for a husband or, like, waiting for a husband. Like, I was just like, I want somebody to love.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like, one of the big realizations that I had after being with my ex was I was like, you know what? I can be with somebody who is fine and funny at the same time like me.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I was just like, I was prepared to explore that.
And look at what God gave you.
Look at what God gave me. Amen.
No, because y'all match. Like, when I tell you match,
I'm telling
you guys match.
Only God can do that.
Yeah.
Only God can do that.
Specifically. And it just reminds me how much, like, God really cares about the desires of our hearts. You know what I'm saying? Down to, like, make him funny. Like, make him, like, you know what I'm saying? All the things, he cares about that. So, for you, like, being in the waiting season, not knowing who your husband was at the time, because, like, he was sitting in your DM.
Yes.
Ladies, check your DM.
He was in the waiting room.
You know what I mean? He was in the waiting. No, Josh was in the waiting room for about a month.
Yeah, he was.
Okay?
He was.
So, explain to them, like, what waiting looked like for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you were having fun and things like that, but when you got to a place of waiting intentionally, what did that look like for you? And how did you transition into that?
Honestly, once I was comfortable and in the waiting room, like, okay, like I was telling you before in the prayer, like in being in the doctor's office, because when you're a kid and like you're waiting for the doctor, there's like things to play with, right? In the doctor's office. And so I honestly didn't feel like I waited that long for him.
Yeah.
I really didn't, because I was having fun.
Wow.
Like, I always say, like, I realized how beautiful I was. I realized how beautiful I was. I realized all of the things about me. I'm like, oh, of course, any man would want. Who wouldn't want this, right?
Yeah.
It's like I came into that mindset and I was like, oh, I can get any man that I want.
Yeah.
And so once I got into that mindset, like, God sent him immediately. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Hold now.
Whoa, he's getting any man you want. Oh my gosh, you're about to start wilding. And then he sent Josh.
So well, I know the story because I've watched the testimony, which is hilarious. But like at that moment and in that season, I mean, you're already how far into your fast?
I was 1 month into my fast, actually.
Okay, you are 1 month into your fast, and so by the time you really saw like the need to respond, what gave you like your yes? What made you really realize like, okay, God, I'll respond to him?
So I had seen his DM, like when he sent it, like I thought, because like I would wake up and check my DMs every day because something in me just knew that like, yeah, like I'm looking for my man. You see what I'm saying? Like not like searching, but like he's gonna come
if he comes, right?
Like so, like I would wake up and check my DMs, and I saw it when he sent it, but then I went and go look and I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's a preacher, oh my gosh, like, and mind you, like I have church friends, right? So my friends are always talking about how nobody wants to be a pastor's wife, and I'm like, you're right. Who wants to be a pastor's wife? Not me. I don't know why he's over here. But right. Also, at the same time, remember, like, how I'm living. Like, I'm trying to fast now to turn my life back around. But, like, I'm feeling like a heathen. I'm like, oh, my gosh, like, why is he even over here? Like, is something wrong?
You don't know it yet.
I'm like, you like me? Like, why do you like me?
Yeah.
I'm not Sarah Jakes Roberts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not this holy, girl. Like, I'm not like this.
Yeah.
I'm not really vocal about my love for Christ. Like, yes, like I would write it in my captions, but I'm not like super loud about it. And so I was honestly like facing like imposter syndrome in that moment. Because honestly, like nobody on the outside was thinking that I looked like a heathen, but he saw me and he would read my captions, and so it's like he knew how much I loved God.
Yeah.
And so fast forward like a month later, like, because I had already followed him on TikTok.
Yeah.
So, and when I first seen him on TikTok, it was this video he was doing like Bible trivia. But I remember when I first saw him, and that was a year prior.
Wow.
I was like, wow, like, he's so handsome. He has such a pretty face,
Mm-hmm.
and he delivers the word of God. I love that. I love that combo.
Right.
And so I followed him, like, but like not even like in that way. But I remember my first thought about him was, I'm gonna follow him even if he doesn't follow me back.
Right.
And so after the year later, when I saw him on live, I was scrolling on TikTok late at night.
Yeah.
And then he was on live, and when I saw him, I was like, it's just something just clicked for me. Like, I really saw him then.
Ooh,
I was like, whoa, like,
that's crazy.
He was, you know, preaching, and he was leading people to Christ on live, and I was like, wow, like, what a beautiful spirit.
Mm-hmm.
What, he's so handsome. I'm like, what a beautiful smile. Mm-hmm. I loved his voice. One thing about me, I couldn't date anybody that didn't have a nice voice. Yeah. I don't know, it's something about a nice voice that really, you know, people are like, oh yeah, like, I like a nice back. Yeah. You know, like, I like a nice smile.
Right.
Like,
the
nice
voice.
Eyes, but it's the voice. Like, his voice was like, whoa, like, you can just hear the presence of God when he speaks. And I'm like, wow.
That's amazing.
Yes. And so I was like, wow, I'm tripping. Let me go and
let me go back to my DM real quick.
Yes. And that's when I sent him the voice note after just like, just feeling called to, honestly. Yeah. And then like he responded. I mean, obviously, immediately he responded.
Immediately. Stop the prayer. Mid Bible study.
Yes.
Again.
Mid evangelism.
Yeah.
Stopped.
Watch the clip. It you mentioned Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, which is my original first lady. Yes. Okay. You know, when I moved to LA and I was going to one church, and at the time I remember when Pastor Sarah came and she preached for the first time, and it was her first time ever preaching.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And then I remember
wow, what a blessing.
Yeah, transitioning into like her and Pastor Teray dating, and like they're talking about just like their journey. And one thing that I really, really loved is that she was so transparent about showing her flaws.
Yeah.
And you know, that's when she was speaking about her testimony and who she was, and you know, her being pregnant at an early age, her being a PK, you know, to Bishop, TD Jakes, and everything like that. So when you talk about kind of feeling like is he sure he wants this? Like, you know, how did you transition into really understanding, one, who you were, but also like, how did you allow yourself to open up to allowing someone to love you, flaws and all? Like, what gave you the, like, it's okay, you know, like, I don't have to have it all figured out. You know, was it something that he said to reassure you? Was it something that the Holy Spirit kind of placed down on the inside of you? What gave you peace to be loved?
You know, honestly, like, sometimes I wish that people could, like, really, like, hear our conversations. Boy, the way that he loves me is genuinely how Christ loves the church.
Jesus.
Like, genuinely.
Wow.
It was impossible for me to like deny or like push away his love. Like it was genuinely impossible.
Wow.
In our like first, which is really our second like FaceTime call, he was just looking at me like this is our second FaceTime call, okay?
Wow.
Like, but he's like looking at me. And like he just like begins to tear up and he starts to cry because Josh is very prophetic. And a lot of people don't know this about him yet.
Wow.
But oh my gosh, like I've seen him prophesy to people and like he's like talking about their past and things they've never said before. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. It's intense.
That's crazy. Like, whoa, how did you know that? Oh, it just fell on my spirit, man.
Ooh.
What are you talking about? But he would look at me and he just started crying. He was like, I see your whole life.
Oh my gosh.
At that time, he's very smart though. Josh is extremely intelligent, and he would hold things back. So it's like he would hold back how much he cared. He would even then, like, he would hold back how much he truly loved it and everything that he saw. Because when he would say, I see your whole life, he really meant, I see our life. You know what I mean? But he didn't want to say that, it's only our second FaceTime call. And he's not trying to run me away.
Right.
But he was like, I see your whole life. I see your whole entire life. And he just started to cry. And he started to just speak life into me and tell me, not like what he saw specifically, but just like what he saw in me.
Ooh.
And like he called that out of me.
Yeah.
And so it was impossible for me to like put that wall up, because he saw me for who I was.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
He saw me like how God sees me. I think about El Roy, which means the God who sees, and that's how I literally just told him this last night. I was like, that's how you love me, like El Roy, like the God who sees me.
That's beautiful. So as you transition into well, obviously you're already engaged, you're transitioning into like marriage and things like that. When we talked about first ladies and the like stigma of first ladies and how, the whole thing, how do you navigate transitioning into the title of being a first lady? Do you feel the same pressure? Do you feel like, you are who you are. So, what does that look like for you being a first lady?
One thing I do want to say is that, just like how I said, like, I'm no Sarah Jakes, I'm no Pastor Sarah Jakes. I say that because I really do, look up to her in that way, because I only saw her preach in person once at the one. Oh my gosh, there was nobody sitting down. Like, and not even just like in like the highs, like everybody is watching, because also too, well, she has an incredible anointing on her life, right? That's one. But two, it's different when a woman speaks in power, especially a beautiful woman, like her, always fly, like,
always fly. She really cares, and I feel like, I don't know if Pastor Sarah, you know that I love you deep, deep, deep. We love you deep, deep, deep. We might have to have a conversation, because I think one thing that she would want you to know, and the reason why I mentioned her being so transparent about her flaws, is that like I connected with I connected with Sarah, because at the time it was just, Sarah. But I connected with her on such a deep, 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 deep level. Us both being PKs. At the time, obviously I didn't have Braylon or anything like that, but just, I felt like I looked at her and I seen me. And I felt like she looked at me and she seen her. Because at the time I was serving at one church. So we would be, we had rehearsals. Like I was part of the praise team and everything like that. So I spent a lot of time around Sarah and PT and things like that. And, I think one thing that is important for her to like one thing that she makes sure that people know is that I'm actually not perfect. I actually didn't have this all figured out. I actually was, I dealt with shame. I dealt with this. She shows her hand. She shows her imperfections so much, and she's not afraid to do that. And I think that's what really draws out Women Evolve. That's what really draws out like the attraction towards her testimony. And even that, like, when she pulled out that, she's like, look, y'all gonna get me how y'all getting me, and I don't have nothing to hide. I don't have anything to hide. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved that about Pastor Sarah, because I just felt like I actually don't have to be perfect. Like, I felt like she would want you to know that. It doesn't matter what it looks like. She didn't have it all together. Like, Pastor Ture had divorce. She had divorce. Like, these were two people, two different walks of life. But one thing that was aligned was they served the same God. And the same God that did whatever he needed to do in them individually, did what he needed to do with them. And look at how much, like, to see two individuals come together, and now we're 10 plus years later, because when I joined one church, it was in 2012.
Wow.
No, 2013. And I shared this on my last episode, but like I moved to LA on, I think, a Monday. I was at one church Wednesday night.
Wow.
And then I went back Sunday. And then I went back Wednesday night, Sunday, Wednesday night. Then I got involved, like, to see how much, like, God, his hand over the individuals in that church. And PT, like, PT is like a dad to me. Like, that's how I look at him. Like, and again, I talked about this on my last episode. They impacted me so much. But I say all that to say that I don't want you to be afraid of the things that look imperfect to you.
Yeah.
Because that's what is going to be needed to draw people closer to Jesus.
Yes.
It's the mercy that he shows you.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to, like, let your light shine no matter what. You see David danced.
Love David.
You know what I mean? Like, he was stuck in his ways too. He was a little, you know, always trying to do the most. But it's like, look at how much God honored that.
Oh my gosh.
He loved him down.
I literally have been reading the story of I was reading the story of David, and then the story of Solomon, and just Solomon's reign after that, and like after Solomon's reign now. And, oh my gosh, the way God talks about, oh, you don't love me the way David did. You don't love me the way David did. You're not listening to me the way David did. And he's comparing everybody to David. I'm like, I'm gonna be like David, bro.
Yeah, and David wasn't perfect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he always made sure to go back to God, though.
Yeah.
Always made sure to go back to God. And that's why God loved him so much, because he doesn't expect perfection. He knows we can't even be perfect.
Exactly.
And so, like, to your point, that's exactly what really inspires me about her, and what made me just like more comfortable in being a first lady. Yeah, her, and then also when we began couples counseling, we also went to Cali Worship Center, which is where Pastor Warren Campbell and First Lady Erica Campbell and they began to counsel us. Wow. And so just like watching how they deal with things, and even like the naysayers, like we were like, well, like, what do you do when like people are hating on you? And then they're like, we don't care. And we're like, thank you.
Yeah, that's real.
Like, yeah, like, no, like, you can't sit here and just, you know, think about, and I think that's really what was getting me. The voice of the people that didn't like me was louder than like the supporters, because they were really loud at one point. Yeah. And like, one thing about me is like, I loved Josh so much that as soon as we started talking, and it's like, I realized like he has the anointing to be a pastor. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna be a first lady. Yeah. And that's, I'm not gonna deny it. That's gonna be me. And it's like, that was my approach to things, because first ladies, they get caught into like a whirlwind with God when their man is called to be a pastor, and they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna. He said, oh yes, they're the ones who are gonna get, like, God does not play about his daughters, but he also don't play about his sons, and I feel like that's not talked about enough, that God will literally chastise you about his son if you're playing around.
Yeah, 100%.
So I just made sure that he wasn't about to get me with that, because I had heard so many first ladies like talking to me and being like, oh yeah, no, I did not want to be a first lady at all. And then
because it's a lot. It's a lot. I seen my mom as a first lady. Wow. And what that requires of her, her having to really be there for everybody. I mean, even my dad, like, you are everything to everyone all the time. And, you know, you have a responsibility not only as husband and wife to each other, but at some point, God willing, to your children. And then, but also like, these people look to you to be like a father figure, to be like a brother, to be like a dad, and things like that. So you get so overly extended. But at the same time, that's why I feel like I love when my pastors would like take a sabbatical. Like, y'all, I need a rest. I'll be back with y'all in like 3 weeks, because it's so necessary. You have to be able to allow God to fill your cup. And you guys are also constantly filling each other's cups as well. You know what I mean? So it's just finding balance, you know? Definitely. I mean, I am the first lady, but I can only go by what my mom has done, you know, for the past 32 years that I've been alive. That's what she's done, you know? So yeah, I just feel like in general, one of those things that I just want you to always remember, that God is not looking for your perfection. He's just looking for your yes, and you've already given him that, you know? So trust that he's going to do the rest. I promise you, Pastor Sarah will probably tell you the same thing. Yeah. And, you know, God willing, we have the opportunity to have that conversation, because I just feel like it's so important, because it's birthed this new generation of women who sees a leader as herself. As this is not like, again, the traditional, you know, he was her first husband, she was his first wife, and it just was like all perfect and perfectly aligned. It didn't happen that way. You know what I mean? Blended families and all those things. So just
blended. And I love that you use that word, because I definitely feel like in this season of just like the world and where God is leading the church, I think this is something that he's always wanted, but he's leaning more towards integration rather than performance.
Right.
He wants you to integrate your personality, because he gave you your personality. He wants you to integrate that into how you do ministry. You know what I mean? He wants to integrate who he's made you to be, and for you to be that completely, fully and wholly and healed. You know, so that we don't bleed on people who never cut us, is something Josh would say.
Yeah. Oh, bleed on people who never cut us.
Josh says that all the time.
That's good.
He's like, you have to heal, especially if you're doing ministry, because you don't want to speak from a place of wounds. You want to be you want to speak from the place of being stitched up. Like, I went to the doctor. I was in the waiting room. I went to the doctor, and he saw me, and I got healed. You know what I mean? But even in the waiting season, I feel like it's what the waiting season really teaches us is patience, which is long suffering. You know, and it's literally the same thing. Like, we have to suffer a long time. And that it really sucks to hear, but it builds so much in you, though. That patience. That patience. Boy, if you ever prayed for patience, never.
Like, I'll teach you.
I don't want to say never pray for patience if you're not struggling, if you're struggling with it. But oh my God, that was the first thing I prayed for, and I was so upset when I was hitting every red light as I was late to church that day, and then I realized at the red light I was like, oh, he's teaching me patience. Okay.
Right. Breathe.
Breathe.
So how do you feel encouraged while you're waiting on God? What does that look like for you?
Just like I said, with you're in the waiting room and you're like playing with the toys, it's about being obedient in that season. Honestly, like, stay occupied, because the devil loves idle hands. Man, the devil will take your idle hands and do anything with it, okay? Anything. And
that's
it's like,
good.
Sometimes, like, if you're too idle and you're not aware, like, he'll be using your hands to do stuff you don't even realize you're doing wrong. But make sure that you're continuously praying and listening. A lot of people pray and then forget to listen. Pray and listen to what God is speaking all the time. So even if you can't hear him, you can definitely hear him through his word. You can definitely see him in signs around you. Like, if you feel like, oh my God, I don't know why this song keeps playing in my head. God may be trying to tell you something. You know,
100%.
If you feel like this word keeps on coming up in your life, you're like, I don't know what that is. But you do research on the word, look up the etymology of the word and see, what does this word mean? God may be trying to tell you something. And when he speaks, listen. When he speaks and when he tells you to do something, obey. You don't just, if you ask the Holy Spirit to enter you and you feel urges to do things and take leaps of faith, it's not for no reason. I think that especially as women, we have to stop doubting ourselves. We're so intuitive. We're so tapped in. And I do say women because we have wombs, which is literally like a portal to heaven. It's a portal to the spiritual realm. Like, that's where life is created, in your womb. And so you always have an open door. Like, it's always an open door. Like, and a lot of times I'll hear like married couples, and even like with me and Josh and the fiancé, he's like, well, why is God telling you this before he's telling me? Like, I'm like, baby, the door is always open over here. Like, even in the Bible, like, God came to women and men had to go up to the mountains to meet God. God had to a burning bush, you know what I'm saying? Like, God was like, you gonna hear me. But like he's constantly whispering to us.
That's true. He's so
we pay
gentle with us.
attention. You know what I mean?
Like that. I like that about him. Like he really like we're his girls.
Yeah, yeah, he loves us. We're the, we're the 2.0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I also tell Josh, I'm like, you think about the story of creation, right? Man was made from, breath and then the dirt, but we weren't made from the dirt. We were made from the rib.
Listen.
Okay,
please.
that means we were made from a man, a human already. Like we were taking the dirt. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
This is a 2.0.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm not saying men are less superior, but
he's a little more gentle with us.
Yeah, we're just a special, truly special creation. I think it's important for a woman to truly like know that about herself.
Absolutely. So when you talk about entering again, like your fiance, not phase, but like your season, your era, right? What is something that you would want to say to a young lady who is waiting on God for their husband and they're entrusting him to like, just seamlessly bring them into that season? What would you tell them in this season of waiting?
I honestly really want to stress the importance of obedience. Because it's ultimately not about a man. And now I'm not saying that you don't need a man, like, because I told my baby, I'm like, wow, God's saying to me because he knew I needed you. Like, I need you, which is definitely something that's like, a constant thing that the world tries to tell you, you don't need a man, which of course, like, your only desire shouldn't be a man, but your man, God is going to send your man because you need him.
Yeah.
When you need him.
Right.
And so what I want to say is continue on your path that God is sending you on. It's so important to be there for you. I would never say go out and try to find a man. You should be trying to find yourself.
Amen.
And one thing that like I recommend is like loving on yourself, taking yourself on dates, going on dates with God, because you don't want to go out trying to find someone. You want them to find you. Right? So it's like, imagine like you're going out on dates weekly and you're just doing things that you like to do. That's how you find somebody that also likes doing the things you like to do. Like I found Josh on social media because we both do social media. You know what I mean? Like if I like to do pottery, I may just meet my man at a pottery class. You see what I'm saying? Like I may just meet my man. I will, on my path to finding myself, I will find my husband because I'm his rib. That was one of the things that like everybody always thinks it's so cute that Josh calls me his rib, but I told him first. I was like, I'm your rib. It was actually really funny because one of these days I was like, let's play a game where like you just guess what I'm saying like in Spanish, and that's what I said.
And
I was like, yes, that was like 2 weeks in, and I was just like, I told him something costilla, which is the Spanish word for rib, and I told him like, I'm your rib, but I was able to identify that because my best friend, he's a guy, and he told me when you find your husband, you'll know when you find your man because you're a part of him. So you'll know because it's like there are there are unexplainable things that link you to, like the way Josh loved music. Like I love music, but it was like, oh my gosh, do you love music more than me? That's crazy. You know? And I loved reading. He would read to me. Oh my gosh, like you love reading more than me. I have dreams, but you dream bigger than me. Like I didn't even think that was possible. Like I'm over here talking about how, oh my gosh, like, like I want this type of car. I want this type of car. I want to be able to drive in this type of luxury car. And he was like, oh, that's your dream? Well, my dream is to be in the back seat with you. And I'm on my iPad and we're in the back seat. We have a driver. You know what I mean? Like he upgraded my dreams because like I'm over here like I want to be passenger princess, and he was like, nah, we both gonna be in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in the back seat. Drum roll the partition, please, right? But like he's bigger than me.
Oh, that's so good.
In a sense. And like that will help you to identify him, but you have to first know who you are. and be on your path of purpose.
Yeah.
And be not afraid to step on that path of purpose, because once you both come together, how God does it, he gives you your purpose partner.
Right.
And so how will God give you a partner to share in your purpose if you're not even on the path to your purpose?
Yeah.
He's going to just let you just continue to wander.
Yeah.
But he'll send you him when you need him. And it's important to just, like I told you, breathe.
Yeah.
Right? It's important to just breathe and
Yeah.
listen and continue to be obedient in that waiting season.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we think about the story of like Ruth and Boaz, like I always look at that, like she wasn't just twiddling her fingers, she was putting in work.
Oh yeah, she was
My girl was at work.
Yeah, she was at work.
Yeah.
Like she was doing it. She wasn't just sitting around like and waiting. That's why I said in the waiting room, like get active. You know what I mean? Like in the waiting room, do what you need to do. You know, and just don't be idle.
Yeah.
Don't be idle. Don't be lazy. That's, oh man. And that's a hard thing for me to say, because I don't like to call people lazy. And I don't, because I understand like depression, you know what I mean? But these are all cycles. Like the depression, anxiety are cycles of thinking that we have to pull ourselves out of, because it's just, it's the enemy trying to get in there and stop you from doing what God is calling you to do.
And it's a result of remaining idle too.
Yeah.
You know? Like you said earlier, when you were describing those moments of feeling suicidal and you're just kind of existing.
Exactly.
And anytime you feel like you're just existing and there's no purpose, or purpose has completely in your mind neglected you, you feel as though like, well, there's no reason for me to be here. So you just start spiraling into that, like, you know. But the moment that God reminds you that his presence is near is when you start to really see like, oh, I actually have to pick up, and I might be on that wrong dusty trail. But I got to go back to that. You know what I mean? I got to find my way back. And he's like, oh, you're actually not walking this walk alone. I'll get you back to being on track. You know? And then that's where you start to be able to kind of come up out of that place. But sitting idle, not knowing any direction, not knowing who you are and whose you are.
You know, sometimes I feel like people will ask God to move, and God is like, I'm over here. I'm waiting on you to move towards me.
Come on.
And it's like we think that we're doing so much, but sometimes we can be doing so much except for the one thing God is asking us to do. It can be the smallest thing. And it's like it's holding us back.
And sometimes we're just being busy to be busy. And
exactly.
It's not productive.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Man. And we think, well, God, I done did all. He's like, first of all, half the things on your list, I didn't actually ask you to do.
Yeah, no. And honestly, like that, and that's why I say being obedient is better than, you know, just any type of movement. Like calculated, targeted movements. You know what I mean? You may think you're not being productive for a day, but as long as you did the thing that God told you to do, you're moving forward enough. Because you can do all those things on your list and then never move forward ever. And then once you do that one thing, it's like, oh my gosh, like that was it. That's all I needed to do. And I'm back on track.
And it as well. And that's the part. And that's ultimately like, I think about what do I want God to tell me when I stand before him and
well done, my goodness,
faithful servant. So like for you ultimately, not like outside of your relationship and your dynamic with Josh and things like that. I mean, like I said, you have already had your wonderful, beautiful personality. I mean, the internet loves you, the world loves you, Jesus loves you most importantly. But you know, how do you so this is a two-part question, I guess. For one, how do you continue to maintain your personality and your individualism in like, or individuality within your relationship? And then ultimately, what do you want God to be most pleased about when you stand before him at the end of the day? Like, what does that look like for you?
I'm going to answer the first one first because it's more simple. But I want him to be proud that I listened to him, honestly. Like, I want him to be proud that I did what he told me to do, even when I was scared. Because I be doing that a lot. I'm like, God, don't you see me now? God, I'm struggling, but I'm still doing it, though. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, you still
so
do it.
I do. I want him to. I want him to be proud that I listened.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like being online and so showing up as myself, I always stress the importance of, because people will tell you all day long, oh, post, you gotta post. Mm-hmm. But for me, like, I personally feel like I haven't been truly posting and on the internet, even though it's like, yeah, like I've been there, here and there. I feel like I haven't truly been on the internet, like, posting and creating for like a year. That's what it feels like for me. Like, and people see me growing in there, but I've just been growing because God is growing me. Like, I'm not even trying. I'm not even trying for real. You know what I mean? But so in that, I think it's so important to always put God first and then yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you have to continue. And people have been asking, I've been seeing people like, oh my gosh, did you and Josh break up? Because we're not even posting that much, but we're great. Like, we're just doing life.
Yeah. And I see you guys kind of just navigating the space. Like, you guys are in these places, but you guys are coming in as a unit now. Like, you know?
Because it's not for everybody else. Mm-hmm. I'm really not doing this to perform.
Yes.
Like, yes, I have an audience, and yes, I'm supposed to serve, but I'm really only showing you guys my life because God told me to.
Right.
Like, if this wasn't my job, I would be like ideally for me, I would be like one of those people that is just like behind the scenes, just living their life, like, and nobody ever sees them, like, ever.
Right.
But it's like, this is just what God has called me to do, and so I'm answering the call.
Yeah.
A lot of people deny that call for their life. You see what I'm saying? And it's just, I'm just having the bravery to do it, just like you. And starting this, this podcast, like you're having the bravery to do it, the courage to do it, which is something that I've really been praying for. And I do also want to encourage anyone that is struggling with obedience to pray for courage.
Yeah.
I asked, I was telling Josh, I was like, Josh, I'm just struggling with being obedient and doing what God is telling me to do. I'm struggling with procrastination. And he was like, I was like, I just want God to bless me with obedience. God can't bless you with obedience. That's your choice.
Yeah.
Because God gives us free will. But if you pray for courage, it's because you're scared to do what he's telling you to do. It's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? I love to say, I ain't never scared, but sometimes I be a little frightened.
Yeah.
Right?
I can't tell you how many times, like, this has been such a leap. But he gave me the provision for it.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Okay.
When you start leaping,
she said,
you playing leapfrog after that. You think it's one jump?
Not leapfrog. You ain't lying, because I don't get like a little put. Guys, no. No, I'm gonna create the space and you gonna jump.
We need a holy way to say good luck.
Yeah,
say good luck the holy way.
It's
because good luck, Charlie. It's good luck, Britney. You say you left, and now you just gonna be leaping.
Not good luck, Charlie. No, for real. It's really like, it's continuous. Everything. Even like I said, just. Even asking people, like, would you feel comfortable coming on my podcast?
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm like, sure. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah.
But then God's like, man, stop playing with me. Like,
but it's like, teaching you things though.
It really
is. Teaching you confidence, teaching you value in yourself. It's teaching you what you're worth, because you're not just asking people, oh, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
No, like I'm offering you a space to speak. I'm offering you a platform as well. This is going to be a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's how it honestly has been like that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm, again, aligning and partnering.
Right. Exactly.
There's no space that I feel inferior.
Exactly.
There's no space. I'm telling you, that event. So for those of you, obviously you guys don't know, but how we met at Pastor Tere's event.
Yes.
And it was the Called event.
Yes.
And I remember when PT actually started this whole movement called the Called. But I remember the just, I don't want to say warfare, but like what it took to get me there that night was a lot, right? Yeah. And so eventually I got there, and I didn't know what to anticipate, but I knew that it was going to be for me.
Yeah.
And I remember God telling me that on my way there. And so I got into the room, and it's crazy because I can name you 5 people that I had no idea would be there, but that has had some type of impact in my walk and in my life, in my career in general. And when I tell you, I left encountering and having like, hey, like, it's good to see you. Like, oh, I remember you kind of thing. Like, it wasn't like, oh, hi, do you mind if I walked out of that event that night feeling like I belonged there.
Yeah.
I needed to be there just as much as like, and likewise, you know what I'm saying?
Which is very interesting. I had like a similar experience, honestly, there. Like, it was like something just like shifted for me, because my word in that season was the shift. Like shift. Something shifted for me where I began to believe the same thing. You know, like, you don't feel like, oh, like, hey guys.
Yeah.
No, like, you walk in the room with confidence. You know who you are. You know you're meant to be there. You know you belong. And so I definitely feel that way too. So that's interesting that we had like the same experience.
Yeah. And then us just coming together and just, we're like, let's go grab some sushi over there. Let's talk some more. And it was just like, I felt like I just ran into my sister. I just felt like we just connected. It made sense.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You were so bright and bubbly and just full of light. So excited to be there. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet.
Yeah. And even after the fact, and I think maybe a day or two went by, and you seen that I had my book, and I brought a copy of my book to give to PT because I wrote specifically, the book was inspired by like his push, you know? And you had posted maybe the day after or so.
Yeah, about the book, yes.
I was like, what? Like, it was just like the fact that you thought about me. You know what I mean? The fact that had any type of impact on you, and just me simply sharing something that I had done really years prior. You know, I launched that book in 2020. Or late 2019 is when I launched that book. And I was like, no, she's a girl's girl. So yeah, just the fact that you were so supportive and that you did that meant a lot to me. You know?
And you know what? Honestly, I'm glad that you said that, because I really do like try, even though like my life has been really trying lately, like it's hard to find the time to really give my friends and like my girls like the support that I want to, you know? And it's like, I'm such a giving and generous person, but it's hard when you don't have much to give. You feel like you don't have much to give. So honestly, like, to be seen like that, really, it means a lot to me. Like that you said that too, because like one of my favorite love languages is words of affirmation. It really does a lot for me. So thank you for saying that.
No, I thank you. I thank you for even your obedience and your yes. I thank you for allowing us the space and just even the friendship, you know, in that capacity for me to be able to pour into you. Like when I tell you, when you speak about how Josh sees you and just really the calling over your life, I really want you to know that there are so many lives attached to your destiny silently, even if they're not saying it aloud, cheering you on in hopes that like you do exactly what God is calling you to do in order for them to do what God is calling them to do. You know what I mean?
So good.
And so that's going to show in your ministry, in you and Josh's ministry. It's going to show in you as a wife. It's going to show in you as a mother someday. I want 7 kids. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, God is going to get ready to do so many incredible, amazing things. And I'm just so proud to be able to just be in the midst of it all, to be able to see it. Come to pass. And yeah, I'm excited for you. And I love you so much.
I'm excited for you too. And I love you more. You know, honestly, one thing that I felt God was telling me, what you were talking about, just like you being there at the beginning of Pastor Tori Roberts doing the called, and even being there for the first time that Pastor Sarah preached. Like, God is having you there for a lot of people's first because he's showing you how it's done. So just remember to write down those ideas.
Yeah.
I know they're coming already. They're probably already there.
Yeah.
But there will be more about the execution of how you will do these things that God is trying to call you to do that feel too big for you, which he is going to send you a purpose partner for that because they feel too big for you, but it won't be too big for you both. So
I receive it.
Just write them down.
Yeah,
just like it says in
write the vision and make it clear.
That's been one of my favorites lately because
it's true.
It says to write the vision and make it plain, but in the next verse, Habakkuk 2:3, I think it says, to that the vision is for a later time, but it surely will happen. Which that also. And you're in the waiting room. When in the waiting room, write down your vision. And make it plain.
Yeah. That's important.
Yes. But I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I know that you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you started this, and I'm just praying that it really does reach the people that it's meant to.
Listen, you always have a seat right here.
Thank you. It's a comfy couch.
Yeah.
It's a very comfy.
I got a lot of questions about this couch, but I'm gonna need Ashley Furniture to run my Ashley. But yeah, you always have a seat here. Hopefully, just again, like we could just always come together in whatever capacity. I'm here to support you in any way, shape, form that I can. It doesn't matter wherever you are. Just know that I'm cheering for you. I love you. Tell the people where they can find you. The girls who know, but like tell the people where they can find you and tell them, like, give them something that you just want them to like leave with.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is it Facebook? Yes. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Jalyka, which is Jalyka. But you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and what's the last one? I'm on everything, guys. Snapchat. At Jalyka Smith. Jalyka Smith, which I'm gonna have to figure out how they're gonna change that for me because I'm soon to be Hoover. But what I do want to say is that
Jalyka Hoover.
Jalyka Hoover.
I love that for you.
What I do want to say is that God loves you so much.
Yeah.
And one thing that my hubby, my fiancé would say is keep being a light. That's it.
I love that. We gotta get Josh on the podcast too.
Yes, he would love that.
Yeah. Well, I love you guys. We are so happy that you stayed and you held on and you just stuck it out with us, just really listening to God's just word and God's just Holy Spirit really leading this conversation. He's been in this room. We prayed before we started, and honestly, Jalyka has dropped so many gems, not even just to y'all, but to me specifically. So I encourage you guys, if you have not yet, subscribe, like, comment, share this with somebody that you know, somebody who is waiting and entrusting God for their next. And just remind them that, like, even though it doesn't all look like it's all there, that we serve a God that knows now, today, and forevermore. And we could trust and we can rest in that. So we can't wait to see you guys on the next episode. I love you guys. And yeah, thanks for coming to the waiting room.